begin to divide this up. We're not technically cooking tonight, but I am going to be picking up some food. Oh, thank you, Kristen. It's good to see you. So Kristen used to do my hair, but then she moved far, far away. But my mom, right before she passed away, Kristen, asked me to go ahead and let it start going gray. So here you go. This is what color it is. This is what the natural color is. Okay, so even though we're not technically going to be making any food, and I don't think I'll put it up because I'm not actually making anything tonight, but I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to be doing while John is out of town. So last week, y'all know we had a taco bar, and Debbie said for the tea bags. Hold on, where did you have that little bag? Oh, so Debbie, this one is we don't have this particular one at Casey Kitchen Center, but this is a Jolie. I think I got this at Home Goods. If you have a Home Goods, highly recommend it. Okay, I think I am going to do just a little bit of something to get my hair kind of out of the way while I'm talking. But last week we had, for the Super Bowl, John and I had gotten ready. We had gotten a taco bar ready. And I'm sorry he is not here tonight. He is either in or driving to a job site in Ohio. So yeah, he's with the guys. I don't think they really wanted to come to the chat tonight. But, so last week we had the taco bar, for the Super Bowl. And we had it for several days leading up to the Super Bowl. And you all know, if you've been around for any length of time, you know that I do a little meal prep, but I don't do a lot of meal prep because I can't eat the same thing 3 to 5 days in a row. It's just not going to happen. Okay. So what we did instead is so if you go back and watch the chat from 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I was talking about getting ready. It was 2 weeks ago. I was talking about getting ready for the taco bar and what I was doing to get ready. Well, by last week's chat, we had it as a taco bar. Then we had it as a nacho bar. Then we had it as a deconstructed, it was more or less a deconstructed Chipotle bowl. And then I think it was like 2 nights after that, I had the last of it as like a quesadilla. So, I used every bit of it. So I used all of the frozen chicken. I used all of the guacamole and pico mix that I had. I didn't use all of the sour cream, but that's okay. We'll use that on other things. And then we did, what else did we use? We had already used all the beans. We used all of the little tortillas that we had. Anyway, so and all of the cilantro. So all of the microgreen cilantro. So we used all of that. So even though it started out as a taco bar, we had taco bar, nacho bar, deconstructed Chipotle bar, quesadillas, and then just tacos. Okay, so I made it last 5 days, and I managed to entertain myself for 5 days. So John is gone until this coming weekend, and so I'm going to do that again this week. I'm not doing a nacho bar, though. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do while he's gone. So I think this will be especially helpful for people who are eating for one. I know I get that question a lot. It's just me. It's just me at home. I'm not going to fix a meal. I'm not fixing dinner. And, do you have any recipes that are just for one person? I get that question a lot because a lot of you all are single, by choice or not. But a lot of you all are single and you're just like, I get home and I just, I can't think of anything to make. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to be making for myself this week while John is gone. Let's face it, I'm not going to cook a lot, while he's gone. And this is also an opportunity for me to have a couple of things that he normally would not eat. Okay, so sorry while I grab another sip of water. So this week for me is going to be, y'all see like Carol Lou's an empty nester. Yeah, and even if there's 2 of you, sometimes you just I don't know, you just get home and you think, I'm going to binge watch Netflix and really just don't feel like making anything, okay? So, first of all, how cute are these stinking bags, okay? I'm thinking about trying to find these to carry at Casey Kitchen Center because this is a reusable produce bag. Again, Home Goods. And I'm thinking about trying to find them, you know, for Casey Kitchen Center, because this was so stinking cute. And believe it or not, the little girl across the street at Food City did not have any problem with this. She did not have any problem figuring this out. So I was super excited about that I did not get yet another plastic bag that I am going to throw away, because I'm doing all this to reduce food waste, and then I'm like overflowing in plastic bags. Also, total side note, and unless you know me, you're not going to understand why this is so exciting. We have composting now in downtown Knoxville, so it is within walking distance of our loft, and we have composting opportunities, and it is super hard to compost in a loft. I passed the composting test. Okay, you have to take a test to get the code. I have the code, so I passed the test. Woohoo! Yay me! Okay, and I gave y'all your Bravo stickers for your homework, right? I think I did. Anyway, so this week it's going to be a potato bar. So I'm doing a potato bar instead of a nacho bar this week. And I'm doing potatoes because I can cook all of these in the air fryer. I can cook, yeah, I know Debbie's like, yippee! So she understands why that's so exciting for me. But all of these potatoes, I can go ahead and cook them in the air fryer. And I think we do have a recipe, or do have a how to do that on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And it's just baked potatoes in the air fryer. But basically, if it's a russet or a golden potato, so it's a regular potato, not a sweet potato, then you're gonna wash them really good, pat them dry, and then poke a couple of holes in them with a fork. You're not going to wrap them in aluminum foil. You're not going to do anything else special. You can spritz them with a little bit of nonstick spray if you want to, but those are going to go into the air fryer on 400, and it's going to take, depending on how big the potato is, it's going to take anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes for those to cook. But they're super easy, and you can go ahead and pre-make them so that they're already ready. I am going to have sweet potatoes 2 of the nights that John is gone. So I have 4 russet potatoes, and then I have 2 sweet potatoes also in another one of these super cool little reusable produce bags. But I'm going to have sweet potatoes 2 of those nights. Okay, let's see if I left myself enough time to not have to talk quite so fast. So first things first, a potato bar. If potatoes are on your 0 points food list, let's see. Carol Lou says, I did a potato bar for the luncheon with my sisters. And one of them is vegan, and it was a huge hit. Yeah, potatoes are a great way to make vegan people happy, okay? Because they're nice and filling. And like, my sister was vegan before my mom ever thought about it, and I don't know why, but everyone tried to feed her tomatoes and cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is not vegan. Anyway, it was just strange. Like, everywhere we went, people were like, panic, panic, panic. I promise you, vegan people like potatoes, and a lot of times they can find toppings to go in them that are also vegan. Vegetarians do, and meat eaters love them too. Okay, so, let's see. Jennifer says she loves potatoes, and she's gotten to where if they have tacos, sloppy joes, or barbecue, she puts it on a potato instead of bread or a bun. That's a fantastic idea, Jennifer. That's a great idea. So if potatoes are one of the things when you took your evaluation, or what did Deanna call it earlier, your quiz, when you took your quiz, if you chose potatoes as a 0 point food, hello Vicky, if you chose potatoes as a 0 point food, then this would be 0 points, okay? If you did not choose potatoes as a 0 point food, it's okay. It is okay. You can still use it as a base. So I have, while John's out of town, I've got 4 russet potatoes, and I have 2 sweet potatoes. And this is what I'm going to do with them. So first of all, it's potatoes, okay? Some of these will have veggies in them and some of them will not. So I also went ahead and got 2 bagged salads. Now, I would just like to tell you, I would just like to impress upon you that bagged salads have a little bit more points than if you constructed a salad by yourself. But I'm going to be home alone. I don't need a huge thing of cabbage. I don't need a huge thing of kale. I don't need a huge thing of spinach. I mean, I don't need everything that it would take to make this would go to waste. Okay, so for me, this is going to be a time saver, a waste saver, because all of this will get consumed, and it's a couple of extra points. It's not, it's not a big deal, and they are delicious. What I want to impress upon you though is this bag is 3.5 servings. Okay, I eat this in two servings. I know people that eat this as one serving. This is great if you're trying to add some points back. I mean, it's great to eat this much salad, I guess, if you're trying to add some points back. But I'm just going to recommend that that you fiddle with your those, and they are huge honking potatoes, Carol. You're exactly right, because by the time I get home, I've not eaten much all day. So yes, these are huge potatoes. But I just want to impress upon you that, and no, Sylvia, this is not lettuce only. But I just want to impress upon you that maybe eat some other food with this, like the potatoes, or like when I eat this here at Casey Kitchen Center, I'll put like some chicken or some avocado or, one of my 0 point foods in here with it to kind of bulk it up. But this has, so Sylvia asked, so this particular one, because I bought 2 different kinds, has green cabbage, kale, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and radicchio. Then the dressing it also has dried cranberries, poppy seed dressing, and pepitas. So it has dried pumpkin seeds. But these are, I don't know, these are fun. They do have more points. Some of them are like 5 points for the amount that I eat, 5 or 6 points. But anyway, it's just a great way to, add back some veggies. I have noticed on these bag salads, you're going to have to add your veggies. Most of them do not, when you scan them, most of them do not have the plus symbol to go ahead and add back non-starchy veggies to your day. But if I tried to buy everything that I needed to make that, I mean, I'd have a head of cabbage. I'd have a head of cabbage, a thing of kale, way more broccoli than I could ever eat. Brussels sprouts. I mean, buy like 3, Brussels sprouts and radicchio. I've never bought radicchio. I would never buy that. But anyway, so those are a great idea. Okay, so again, potatoes also have sides with them. So this is not just going to be a potato, okay? On Tuesday night, I will admit, after my WW meeting, one of these potatoes will probably just be a potato with some butter substitute and some sour cream and a little bit of cheese, because I will be starved by the time I get home. So it will probably just be simple. These are all going to get cooked in the air fryer tomorrow. And again, you can go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and see how to cook this. The sweet potatoes cook for a little less time. So I don't do my sweet potatoes and my Yukon or my Yukon Gold or my russet potatoes at the same time, because they need 2 different lengths of time. And when I have in the past tried to cook them together, these sweet potatoes are already way overdone before I remember to take them out. So I cook them at 2 separate times, wash them, pat them dry. You can spray them with a little bit of nonstick spray, poke a couple of holes in them with a fork, and it's 400 for like 35 to 45 minutes, and then poke them again with a fork to see if they're done. Okay. The sweet potatoes, a little bit less time. So day 2, which is Tuesday after my WW meeting, probably just going to be a normal potato, like a regular baked potato. I've got some bacon that I can do, so I can make like a loaded baked potato, and then I can do a side salad with my bagged salad mix. But for the rest of the nights, one of the potatoes that I'm going to make, I bought enough of this to go in all but the one night. So I don't have enough of this to do on Tuesday night. That's why I said that's probably just going to be just a regular potato, because that I can just, it'll already be cooked. And then, oh yeah, so Debbie says, be careful with the additions if you are sensitive to certain items, like the Southwest, bag salad has dried corn in it. So just kind of watch what the ingredients are. But I'll tell you, they're all delicious though. So that's not going to be a problem. But I bought enough of this to do the rest of the days. And these are made by Gardein, and they're classic meatless meatballs. A serving is 3, and a serving is 3 smart points. So even if you have tofu or tempeh, whatever, on your 0 points food list, a prepared meat substitute like this is not going to count as, even though this is made with textured vegetable protein, soy protein, this is not ever going to be on your 0 points food list. So I just want to say that out loud. That would be actual tofu or actual tempeh or something like that. It's not going to be one of these pre-made, because this has other ingredients in it. So John's not a huge fan. He's not a fan. But usually if we're going to have meatballs, he wants real meatballs. So these have 14 grams of protein. It has 0 cholesterol in it. They're ready in just a few minutes. You can, I can heat these up also in the air fryer when I'm ready for them. And they have just a hint of an Italian herb, but I can flavor them. I can really, add some flavors, however I want to. You can, this is not meat, but it tastes pretty much like meat. I mean, especially if you put other things with it. So this for, 5 of the days, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for 5 of the days, I'll be adding some Gardein meatless meatballs. To the Gardein meatless meatballs, though, I will be adding, one of those nights, I'm going to add, I went ahead and got some more of the holy guacamole in the individuals, and I got the chunky this time. Last time they only had the smooth, but I'm going to be adding some of this, and then I've got some chopped tomatoes at home, and I have some microgreens that I'm going to put on there. So it will be a potato. So it's going to be one of the russet potatoes. It will have 3 of the Gardein meatballs that I've prepared on there. And remember, I'm cooking the potatoes ahead of time, so they'll be ready. They'll be ready to go when I get home. I just have to slice those babies open, add my other ingredients, reheat it, if it needs to be reheated, and it's going to be good to go. So one of the nights, it's going to be the potato, and it's going to be, let's see, pods. Those pods freeze well. What pods? Potatoes? Pods? I don't know what am I missing? What pods, Debbie? But anyway, so the holy guacamole minis, and it's the chunky kind. So I'm going to have this, tomatoes, maybe a little bit of cheese. Oh, so these freeze? Hold on, is that what you're talking about, Debbie? Are you saying that these, you can freeze that? I did not know that. I had no idea that you could freeze those. But anyway, and if you chose avocado as one of your, I had no idea. That's like a whole new world, and y'all know how much I love to sing that. So yeah, that's awesome news. If avocado was on your 0 points list, this would be 0 points, because these are just avocado, tomatoes, onions, and some cilantro. So these would be 0 points at that. So anyway, so that's one of the days. Okay, then one of the other days, again, regular baked potato, one with guacamole, tomatoes. I've got I have some cilantro microgreens. Good night, Alicia. I have some cilantro microgreens that's going to go on there, and one of the part of one of the bagged salads. So that's going to be super yummy one night, super quick, because the potatoes will already be cooked. We've only got 12 minutes left. I will sidetrack and say, if you have not had a baked potato out of the air fryer, you must stop now and do it. You will never, ever, ever cook a potato in the microwave again. In a moment of desperation, I cooked a potato in the microwave. I don't know, it's been probably 2 months ago, and I threw it away. I just absolutely threw it away. It was disgusting, and I used to eat them that way all the time. Cooking the potatoes in the air fryer, though, makes them so fluffy. The way they turn out when you cut them open, it is like a steakhouse baked potato. It is the consistency of. It's how a baked potato should be, okay? And it's easy, because you just put, because you just stick it in the air fryer and walk off, go do something else, go take a shower or something else. And Mary wants to know if you can reheat them in the air fryer. You can, for things that need to be reheated. Like I'm not going to heat guacamole, but if it's something like the meatballs, I will probably cook the meatballs separately, and then yes, reheat those with the potato in the air fryer. That is totally fine. Okay, then another one I'm going to do. I don't know about you, but I love broccoli and cheese in a potato. So when Lean Cuisine first came out, okay, wait, and Katie says, yes, the best single girl tip is to toss the 100 calorie packs of guac in the freezer. Thank you guys. I had no idea. Awesome. That is super awesome. That might even make it to the news that we have for next year. So Rita, the time and the temperature on the potatoes for the russet or golden potatoes, it is 400 degrees for 35 to 45 minutes, depending on how big. Like these are big potatoes. I expect these to take 45 minutes. The sweet potatoes, you need to check them at about 30 to 35, because they don't take anywhere near as long. But when Lean Cuisine came out years ago, and I'm talking when I was in high school, so 30 something years ago, when they came out with microwavable potatoes, and so it was a potato, and it had broccoli, like steamed broccoli on it, and liquid cheese, just like cheese on it. I ate those every single day, like every single day. So one of these is going to be a russet potato. I'm going to steam some broccoli and cauliflower. I probably will do that in the microwave and then put that on the potato. But I also have at home, and I do not have it here with me, I have some Velveeta already, which I know is not vegan, and I know it's not actually even cheese, but some Velveeta that's in a squeeze thing, and I'm going to put that on there. And I'm so planning on it being exactly like one of those lean cuisines that I enjoyed so many years ago. But that's going to be one night. So regular baked potato one night. A guacamole tomato, I don't know what to call that one, one night. A broccoli and cheese one night. So that's going to be one night. And remember, and I bought enough of the side salads to do sides, or I could do some more steamed broccoli and cauliflower, any of those nights. Then another night, I'm going to do more of like an Italian one. So it'll have, and this will also have the meatballs on it. So the broccoli and cheddar one is also going to have, a couple of the meatless meatballs on it. Then another night, I have so I've got the meatballs. I've got the Gardein meatless meatballs. I'm going to use those. And I have some mushrooms at home, but also I went ahead and I had some marinara. And I knew I wasn't going to use it. Remember, I've been on this big kick about not throwing things away. So I knew I was not going to use all the marinara before it started to get funky. So I put it in a super cube. So this is a 1/2 cup super cube. And I just put it in the freezer. So they're probably not ready. I put it in the freezer a couple of hours ago. So they're probably not ready to pop out yet. But if you can see this, when this is done, yeah, they're not quite ready yet. When this is done, this will pop out so it'll be basically a slice of marinara. It'll be a 1/2 cup slice of marinara. And that's going to go on my potato with a little bit of, I have just a little bit of, oh my gosh, sorry. Casey, who obviously is not watching the live chat, just sent me 3 notifications. So sorry about that. But anyway, so it's going to be 1/2 cup, in the super cube, 1/2 cup frozen blocks of marinara so that I don't have to throw the rest of it away, and I can put it in the freezer. I can put it in a freezer bag and I can just pull them out as I need them. So one of the nights, a potato will be a potato. It'll have heated up, one of the 1/2 cup cubes of marinara, the meatballs, and then I have just a little bit of shredded mozzarella cheese at home, and I have some mushrooms to go with that one. Okay, so what about the sweet potatoes though? So I know inquiring minds are thinking, well, Kelly, what are you doing with the sweet potatoes? Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to try this. So I'm thinking I'll do russet potato, sweet potato, russet potato with something different, sweet potato, because I'm so planning on the sweet potatoes being out of this world that I want to have the same thing twice, I think, if it tastes like what I think it's going to. And I will share with you whether or not it does. But what I'm planning on doing, again, the meatless meatballs, but I am going to do, because a sweet potato tastes best with something sweet on it. So I'm planning on taking the meatless meatballs, adding sugar-free syrup and the Red Mountain rub, and just a little bit of Truvia baking blend like I do for my candied bacon, and basically making candied meatballs and then putting that on the sweet potato. Does that not sound fantastic? So it'll be a candied meatball, candied with sugar-free syrup, a little bit of Truvia baking blend, and the Red Mountain rub like I do the candied bacon, which is fantastic. And then put that in one of the sweet potatoes. And I'm literally so excited to try that. I can barely stand it. But anyway, so those are my ideas for a potato bar while John's out of town. This would be great for, if you're just one person cooking a meal, if it's just 2 people cooking a meal, if you've got kids that not everybody likes the same thing and you need to make a different potato, for each one of them. The potatoes are super easy to cook in the air fryer. Again, go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and you can see exactly how to do it. And you can make something different, for everybody. Okay, so I'm exhausted from keeping 2 girls for 16 hours by myself. And I know there are moms all over the world right now that are saying, Kelly, oh my gosh, we do it all day, every day. Yeah, this is why God made people young when they have children, because it's exhausting. But do y'all have any questions about the potatoes before I wrap this up? because I'm going home alone, and Dusty and I are just going to spread out on the queen size bed all by ourselves and sleep and sleep and sleep. But do y'all have any questions before I wrap this up? Everybody got it? Everybody good? Everybody excited to see what I make this week? And these are going to be so easy because, again, all the potatoes are going to be pre-prepared in the air fryer. It's so easy. And if you don't have an air fryer, then go ahead and just make potatoes however you make potatoes. You can cook them in the oven, you know, whatever it is that you do, you know, to go ahead and have your potatoes ready. And you can wrap them and freeze them. And let's see, Melinda says, I'm young and I get exhausted when I have to watch my niece. I'm not going to lie, Alyssa's like the easiest person on the planet to keep up with, okay? Easiest person on the planet to keep up with. But having both of them, shoo, that was exciting. Yep, thank you, Sandra. You have a good evening too. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, Sylvia says she can't wait for Potato Week. Yeah, so it's Potato Week. That's what we're going to name it, Potato Week. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and let you all go. If you were watching this on YouTube, yeah, and Rosie's loving your air fryer, yay! If you're watching this on YouTube, just go ahead and let that next video roll over, and please hit the subscribe button so that the subscribe button down here so that you can know when our next video is going to come out, and you can go ahead and click on that little bell and then it'll notify you. But y'all have a great week and a good evening, and I can tell Dusty is exhausted. He has not moved. He's not moved this entire time. And I had the meatball sitting right here in front of him. But anyway, y'all have a fantastic week, and I will see you next time. Good night. Don't forget to do your homework. Good night, everybody.